You pick up your phone just to check one thing. A few seconds later, you're still scrolling. You don't even remember when it started, and this isn't random. It's a loop your brain has been trained to repeat, thousands of times, every swipe. Every notification, every small update is teaching your brain one thing. Do it again. Your brain is not designed to chase happiness. It is designed to chase easy rewards, because easy rewards feel powerful. They are immediate, effortless, predictable. And that combination is dangerous. The easier the reward, the less control you feel. But this system didn't start in your phone. Thousands of years ago, your brain needed this mechanism to survive. Finding food meant staying alive. Finding water meant continuing to exist. Finding shelter meant safety. So your brain evolved a simple rule: if something gives reward, repeat it. That rule kept humans alive for thousands of years. But now, the world has changed. To understand this, we need to talk about dopamine. Most people think dopamine is pleasure. It's not. Dopamine is anticipation. It's the signal that tells your brain, this might be worth it. Do it again. So when you get a notification, your brain doesn't give you pleasure first. It gives you motivation to check. And that changes everything. Now, imagine that system in today's world, your phone. Social media, games, short videos, junk food. All of them are engineered to trigger the same system, but unlike the past. There is no limit anymore, no hunting, no waiting, no effort. Just instant reward. On mend. This creates a conflict inside your brain. Instant rewards feel amazing in the moment, but they disappear immediately. Delayed rewards feel slow, even painful at first. But they build something real. Your brain always prefers the easy option. Not because it is smart, but because it is optimized for survival, not success. The more you choose easy rewards, the more your attention starts to break. You notice it in small ways. You can't focus for long. You get bored quickly. You switch tasks without finishing them. It doesn't feel like damage, but it is. Your attention is fragmenting into smaller and smaller pieces. And the reason this happens is because of a loop. Cue, action, reward, see something, direct, you get reward. At first, it's conscious, then it becomes automatic. And eventually, you don't even notice it happening. That's the dangerous part, because at some point, you are no longer deciding, you are responding. The phone is not a choice anymore. It becomes a reflex. And reflexes are very hard to notice, but even harder to break. But here's something important. It's not just willpower. It's environment. Your brain doesn't randomly choose behavior. It follows what is easiest to access. If your phone is near you, you will check it. If distractions are visible, you will follow them. Your environment is silently controlling your decisions. But this also means something powerful. Small changes matter more than motivation. You don't need to fight your brain. You just need to change distance, move the phone away. Remove triggers, reduce friction, because what is far is easier to ignore. When you remove constant stimulation, something surprising happens. At first, it feels uncomfortable. But then, your mind slows down, and slowly, you start noticing your thoughts again. Focus returns, not instantly, but gradually. And then comes a shift. You realize something important. You were not addicted to the phone itself. You were addicted to the rewards it gives you. Once you see that, you stop blaming yourself and start understanding the system. Because removing habits is not enough. You have to replace them. Your brain still needs rewards. But now you can choose better ones. Reading, building, training, learning, slower rewards, but deeper ones. Discipline is not motivation. It is repetition. The ability to resist small impulses again and again until resisting becomes easier than reacting. That is how control is built. Not in one moment, but in thousands of small ones. And the most powerful part? You don't need constant willpower. You need structure if your environment supports focus. Focus becomes automatic if it supports distraction. Distraction becomes automatic, so the real question is not, how strong is your willpower, but what is your environment training you to do? When distractions decrease, your mind begins to stabilize. You can stay on one task longer. You can think more clearly. You can feel less scattered. Focus is not something you force. It is something that returns. When noise is removed, your brain is not broken. It is simply adapting. And it will always adapt to what you expose it to. So if you change your environment, you change your attention. And if you change your attention, you change your life.